So today I'm doing my everyday makeup routine, and you guys have been requesting this so much on Instagram, so here it is. And if you guys want to learn how to do my everyday makeup look, then just keep on watching. The first thing I like to start off with is moisturizing my face, and I've already did that before the video. So what I have been recently using is the Tula Illuminating Face Serum. This is what it looks like, and it basically just makes your face so much more moisturized, and it acts like a primer since it is kind of dewy somewhat, so acts as a primer, and it also moisturizes your face at the same time as illuminating it. So recently what I have been using for my eyebrows is the Pure Minerals Wake Up Brow, and this is in the shade Latte. And then this part has the color part, and then on the other side it has the highlighter part, which is a light pink color. And for those of you that have seen my last video tutorial, which I will link down below, you guys may have seen me using this, and I completely love it. It is such a great product. So I'm just going to go ahead and start brushing out my brows with my little spoolie from Ardell. So that takes care of the brows, and after that whole 5-10 minutes that it took to do my brows, I like to go on to my face makeup. I know it's kind of a weird routine, but I like to do my brows first and then my face makeup. So what I like to do with this is actually just place it on my face like this and just kind of eyeball where I need the most coverage or how much I really need on my face. I'll just put some everywhere because this is kind of a watery consistency. And I would say that this has more of a, I want to say like medium coverage. So I just like to blend with my fingers. I don't like doing it with a beauty blender or a brush, because if I do it with a brush, then it just completely like swipes off all of my face. Okay, so now that is done, and now I like to go in with a concealer. I will either go in with my Maybelline Master Conceal or my LA Girl Pro Conceal. So today I will be going in with my Master Conceal because that's the ones I usually reach for. And so that's what I'm going to be using today. This is super dirty because it just squirts out so much. Like you see, I barely squirted it and it has that much. So I'm just going to be putting it on the back of my hand like that, and I'm going to be just kind of dabbing it on the areas where I have problems. So I like to put in a little bit under my eyes, and then on those beautiful zits that I have. I have some redness like around my nose. And then I will go in with my finger and just kind of like blend it away, but if I'm lazy, I'll go in with a brush. So I'm using this Real Techniques brush, and I'm just kind of dabbing it instead of swiping because it just gives the best coverage and it makes it look much more flawless. So now that's done, and I will go in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And again, this is really light for me, but it's the only powder I have right now that kind of matches me. So I'm just going to be tapping it on my face with this huge kabuki brush by Eco Tools. Not sure how much it was. I got it for like an insane discount. I got it for $2, something like that. But I'm going to be placing this powder all over my face. Instead of swiping, I'm going to be tapping it on because it just gives the most coverage. So now I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this one is my favorite primer potion. This one's the one in Eden, and it's the matte formula, and I just really love it because it makes your eyeshadow look amazing. This is my all-time favorite palette probably because it is just so basic and beautiful. I just love matte colors. So this is of course the beloved Naked Basics palette by Urban Decay, and it has all these beautiful matte colors, and I've had this for about a year and a half, and obviously you can tell that I've kind of made some huge dents in there, but it's still in really good condition. So I like to take a blending brush first. It looks like this. Really doesn't matter what kind of blending brush you use, but I like to go in with Naked 2 and a tiny little dot of Faint. And so I'm gonna go in my, like above my crease. I don't really go in my crease, so I kind of like to push most of the color out on the outer corner, and then I like to take the rest and kind of blend it in all the way down to the rest of my eye. And then with the very last of the excess, I'm going to be pushing more of the color at the outer corner. And if you feel like you kind of messed up in an area, made it kind of too dark than the rest of your eye, not to worry, because I always do this, and this is what I always do to fix it. So I take WOS, which is this light pink color, and then I also mix it with Foxy, so it's like a nice in-between color. Tap off the excess, and then I will be taking those two colors and just patting it under my brow where I made the highlight earlier. And it looks like you blended out perfectly and you can't even tell that you messed up. So then I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other side, just pressing on the color and blending it under my brow as well. And then just taking my blending brush again and blending it out. So now for the lid color, I'm going to be taking only WOS and I'm just going to be packing my brush on with that, and I'm going to be just completely packing my whole eye with it. And like I said earlier, I don't go into my crease exactly, I go above it. So then when I go in with this shade on my eyelid, I can go a little bit above my crease, so it looks like I have bigger and brighter eyes. And you always have to make sure that you go into your inner corner as well, because that's what also helps to open up your eyes and make them look a lot bigger and brighter. And then I will go back in with those two shades, Foxy and WOS, and then just kind of re-highlight my brow bone, because I just love the look of super highlighted brow bones. I just think it's gorgeous. And after that, I just like to take the color Faint here, which is the darkest brown, and I will tap off the excess and then just go on my lower lash line here and just make my eyes complete. Before I used to not do this part, but then I noticed that ever since I started doing this, it kind of makes my lashes look a lot thicker at the bottom. And I kind of clean off the brush at the back of my hand and I will blend out that shadow just so it's not a harsh line under my eye. I haven't really talked about this with you guys, but I recently found my most favorite eyeliner ever, and I really am so excited to continue using this because it is so matte and so black and so easy to apply, and it's just, oh god, it's perfect. And it also has a felt tip liner, which is one of my favorite things ever in an eyeliner because it makes it so simple and it's great. So this is called the Liquid Wear Eyeliner by Douce, D-O-U-C-C-E, and I will go in and start with the middle. So I will just stop there and then I will go in on the other side because I like to do my wings last because that's kind of what helps me make them even. That's just how I've always done it. So, oh, of course. Why? Then I will go in and take my two Current mascaras, and my Clump Crusher is currently running out, but what I do is I take my Max Lash Voluminizer mascara by the same company as my eyeliner, which is the D-O-U-C-C-E mascara. So I take this one because it's super, like, it's not clumpy, but it's like thick, and it makes your eyelashes super voluminous. So it looks like this. It's like a weird kind of applicator because it's flat, like literally flat on both sides. So what I do is I take this mascara, and then after I take my Clump Crusher and then go over it with that, and it makes my lashes nice and separated. So I will do that, and then I will go on to the second eye. With the excess that I have, I will go in on my lower lashes. Then I'm now going to go in with my Clump Crusher by CoverGirl, and since it has this really precise spiky tip, I'm going to be separating my lashes with it since the other mascara is super thick, and I just like to wiggle it on my lashes because it makes them more like, I don't really know, like kind of like spidery. I like mine. What's wrong with me today? So as I was saying, I like my lashes kind of spidery but at the same time kind of voluminous. So I will do that, and that's what look it will give me. So those are the eyes. It's really nice and matte and simple, so that's what they look like. And I'm going to be going in with a lip balm. This one's organic and I got it from a Balm for Lips, so it looks like this. What I like to do to contour / bronze up my face is use a pointed dome brush like this, and this one is one by Real Techniques. And so I like to dab it in there and then tap off the excess, of course, so you don't get like a muddy kind of look. So what I like to do is go in from here, put in the most products on the inside, and then take it down. And now I will take it up to my hairline. And then sometimes I like to put it on the sides of my nose. I didn't usually used to do this, but it's been like the craze recently, so I decided to try it for myself and I was like, wow, this makes you look so good. So I've been starting to do it, and this is my second coat. I like to do 2 coats. And if I'm going to highlight, I always feel like I have to highlight the tip of my nose, so I'll just put on a little dab there and blend it out with my finger. And lastly, for my lips, it all just really depends on what I'm feeling that day, because I just love playing around with lips. I always do the same eyes, but I will always do a different lip because I just really like the art of lipsticks. I just think that it's never ending and it's just nice. So what I am going to be using today is the e.l.f. matte lip color, and this was so cheap, only $3. It's in the shade Coral, and what I always use for like a neutral lip is the Stila lip liner in the shade Aspiring. Once I'm done filling my lips with that color, I'm going to be going with the e.l.f. matte lip color and just applying it over my lips. So that is it for my everyday makeup routine. I hope you guys liked it. A lot of you have been asking me to do this video on my Instagram, so I just decided to do it for you guys, and I hope this was a little bit helpful. I'm sorry for like the little mishaps that kept happening, but you know, it happens to everyone. So thank you guys so much for watching again, and I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys next time.